So, okay, here we go. All right, guys, welcome to the coming apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and of course, we've got an unbelievable, unbelievable situation here, and a great guest with us today. As you see, I'm calling this show the Crypto Meltdown, or is there a crypto meltdown? I mean, that's the question we're going to find out. But we've got Guy with us from My Digital Money. Guy, great to have you on the broadcast.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I tell you, we've talked about this before in past shows about the digital currencies, especially Bitcoin, since that seems to be the main one, or at least the leading one that's most known or maybe most traded, but others are coming on. And we're wondering because, man, this thing at one time was at $68,000 a coin. And then at other time it was, 3,000 or here within the last 2 years, let's say. So tell us a little bit about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general.
Yeah. So yes, it's been up and down. This is a relatively new asset, so the volatility is there. We're always very open about that, which gives you a chance to make short-term gains. But here at My Digital Money, we believe, like everyone else in the crypto industry, that it's going to the moon long-term, right? And so right now, the state of it is that it's because all these institutional companies have gotten into crypto in the last 2 years. It's kind of coupled itself a little bit with the stock market, and when inflation goes up and the Fed hikes interest rates, people flock to safer investments. And crypto is acting like a tech stock right now, where people dumped it, because the cost of borrowing has gone up, and so they need to liquidate the riskier assets to be able to have capital to operate, right? And so that's what's caused the price to kind of go down alongside the stock market. And we're starting to make a recovery right now. I would say what we're seeing is what we saw before. In 2017. We were at an all-time high of 20,000 for Bitcoin, and then a year later we were down to 3,000, and subsequently we went all the way up to 68,000, as you mentioned. So we've seen this before. It's just my view is that it's a very good asset to invest in long-term if you're looking at retirement and you want to keep up with the inflation rate and be able to actually retire. Then I think it's a really good asset class to look at, especially in an IRA. Many people don't know you can actually invest in crypto in an IRA, and that's what we specialize in.
So has the cryptocurrency, has that bubble burst, or is there, there was a recent meltdown here just recently, or is this just a blip?
Yeah, I think it's just a blip. I think the market is just maturing and shaking out all the unstable businesses and opportunists who are just hoping to make a quick buck in crypto, right? Especially with all the excess cash that the government pumped into the economy during COVID, right? And the shakeout will probably last a little while, but it will reveal which companies and which coins have the real staying power. And all other emerging markets have gone through something similar, right? And I think with the rise of the internet, we had the .com boom, right, and then bust,
right.
And then we had some great emerging companies come out of that, like Amazon and Google, and if you invested in them way back, then you're probably pretty happy right now. And so I think it's something similar, right, where there was a lot of companies that came in that got a little bit too greedy, So we're seeing, that's what we're seeing right now, but I think it's just a blip. And it's a good thing in my view, because even though it sucks, that a lot of people have lost money, it's a good thing because we're going to end up with a more stable market with strong fundamentals.
Right. And people are concerned. Obviously, when they see the inflation at 9.1, they see interest rates climbing pretty quickly, and they start wondering, will their real estate assets start to lose value? Will the U.S. dollar lose value? Will gold and silver lose value? it seems like that the cryptocurrency may be one of the leading assets for folks. So, should the average person lose faith in the future of a cryptocurrency, or is a cryptocurrency's future over the long haul both secure and inevitable?
Yeah, I mean, I think that my view is people should not lose faith in cryptocurrency. I think that it's part of a larger movement. Take a big picture view. It's a larger movement towards what we call decentralized finance or DeFi. So we're basically reinventing the financial system, making it much more robust and more decentralized. So the power is more distributed instead of big banks and government having too much control and being able to mismanage, right? There's a whole movement out there, and it's going to take some time to build it, but I think the future is very bright, and there's still, you can see a lot of venture capital firms are still investing at the same rate in all of this technology for a reason, right? Because there's a bright future there.
Well, and that's a very good point. We all know about Voyager and Celsius and many other cryptocurrencies experiencing even filing for bankruptcy. But where did they go wrong?
Yeah, so I think they just got too greedy. That's the gist of it. This is not a problem with crypto. This is it's a credit specific problem, right? Where these companies became over leveraged. They had short-term liabilities mismatched against longer duration illiquid assets. A lot of these companies are giving 16, 18, 20% yields, which is unrealistic. It's good when everything's peachy, but when you go through a bear market like this, they weren't factoring in that risk, right? I think this is, in the frenzy of the crypto bull market, they just forgot the basics of risk management. We had two bear markets like this before, so that you would think that they would have accounted for it, right? So this is not a indication of the broader market and the future of crypto. This is just, a few companies that, just mismanaged their credit, right? That's how I see it. Yeah, and I think one of the things that My Digital Money provides is, we hold people's crypto in a trust, right? Because we use IRAs, we do IRAs, so we use a custodian, but we also do that for cash, and that means that it's in your name. So when you invest, you got to make sure that the assets are in your name, and they can't lend out or use your assets without your permission, right? If you want to invest in crypto, which is already risky compared to other assets, this is a good option, right? To do it with a company like My Digital Money or in an IRA where it's safe long term, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to invest and try to get these big yields, don't put your entire nest egg in that.
I mean, that's diversify. I think that's probably the most intelligent thing to do, and a good strategy when you're not sure. Is it the stock market? Is it the U.S. dollar, gold, silver, crypto? Maybe a little bit of everywhere, and see how things develop. Let me ask you this: the FBI crypto crime alert. There's fraudsters posing as banks, took over $43 million from investors. What are these new scams, and what can clients do to protect themselves?
Yeah, so there's cyber criminals out there that have been contacting U.S. investors, fraudulently claiming to offer legitimate cryptocurrency services and convincing investors to download a mobile app, which they use with increasing success over time to defraud investors. And they do also SIM swaps. So they get a hold of, you basically take over your phone, right? And they can, go on one of your exchanges that you're with, let's say like Coinbase or any other exchange. And basically they can reset your password, and they get the two-factor authentication code on your phone, or they're able to get that code because they took over your SIM, and then they're able to log in and withdraw the money, to their own, account, right? They're able to either withdraw the money or transfer the crypto. But one of the things that we do is we don't just allow automatic withdrawal. So our system is robust, but very, it could be inconvenient for people for, they see it that way because, if there's a certain amount, we actually make people go on a call or a video call to kind of verify themselves. So if you're putting a lot of money somewhere, and especially if it's for retirement, what I would do to protect yourself is, first of all, try to make sure that there's not an automatic process to withdraw your assets if it's a huge amount of assets, because there are people that could take over your SIM, and then don't respond to people trying to fish for information, right? There's a company called eBit, where cyber criminals had victims download an app and deposit cryptocurrency into wallets, and then they had them pay for taxes up front before they let them use their assets, right? They basically froze their withdrawals until they pay taxes. So basically, do your research on companies too, right? Make sure that their founders have a track record and all of that. Don't give out personal information too easily, right? Because I think we've all had that happen outside of crypto too.
Absolutely. These are common practices that people should be using anyway in anything you do. So, obviously don't give too much information out to anyone, and, check out the company as well. And that's why your company, very credible, My Digital Money. That's why you should check that out. Matter of fact, there you see on the ticker, there is the link. It's also in the description below. You can click on that link. That will take you straight there where you can sign up for literally a free investment guide. You get a free copy of the crypto guide, and that will help you. You learn about the company, learn about what they're doing, invest in crypto through your IRA or trade in cash, determine what's the best crypto investment strategy for you through our crypto investment guide. And you'll also learn the history and potential of crypto, understand the functions and the purposes of Bitcoin and other cryptos, and get valuable crypto investment tips. I think this is very, very important. That way, do your homework, as you're saying, Guy. And Guy, also the Tesla. Remember Elon Musk? Here we go again. This time, he sold $936 million worth of Bitcoin in the second quarter. Knowing that Musk's influence, do you think this is going to affect the confidence in Bitcoin? And is Bitcoin's carbon footprint not a concern for crypto investors?
I don't think it's going to affect the confidence long term. I think, it's going to be negligible. Whatever effect it has will be very short term. Because there's also positive things happening. MicroStrategy made up for it by buying more than that value just in June, right? So overall, the amount of money on balance sheets of companies hasn't really decreased, right? But of course, he's very influential. But the thing is, we know that this carbon footprint problem is going to be solved long term, right? And so I don't think, to me, it's not a huge concern, the carbon footprint. I think, we have Ethereum switching over to a different mechanism for consensus, which is going to be 99.95% more efficient in terms of energy, right? And then, with Bitcoin, we'll get there with renewable energy and all of that. So to me, it's not a long-term concern. I think those problems are being addressed. And just to go back, to what you were saying before about My Digital Money, I just wanted to add, I forgot to add this, that we use Equity Trust, which is a custodian that's been around as long as IRAs have been around. And I think that's what's important, is the track record and, being with a company that's been around for a long time, right? So that's the other thing. And then also we have customer service, so they actually pick up the phone, right? A lot of exchanges don't do that, and you can ask us questions about crypto or anything like that. So yes, we have that guide you were mentioning, but on top of that, you can call us, ask any question you want, and that's going to be very beneficial if you're just getting started with crypto.
Matter of fact, folks, I'm putting the link right now in the chat room for you guys. Those of you watching live right now, there you can see it. There's the link if you want to click on it and go there. You can get there right away. And when you do, you're going to find out right away that you can get a free by signing up real quickly. It don't take much at all. It'll take you a couple seconds. You get a free crypto guide. You get a free crypto guide. They'll send it to you. Invest in crypto through your IRA or trade in cash if you want to. Determine what's the best crypto investment strategy for you through their crypto investment guide. You'll also learn the history. And a lot of people need to understand the history of crypto. And that's worth the education and the potential of crypto. Understand the functions, the purposes of Bitcoin and other cryptos, and get valuable crypto investment tips. Guy, you feel confident. I mean, crypto's been around, I don't know, has it been around, has it even had 20 years, at 15 maybe? How long has it been around?
Yeah, it's been around since 2009, so it's been less than 15 years.
Yeah, less than 15 years, but it has made a huge impact out there. And people, I mean, it's incredible that something could start like that, create a brand new asset, and it turn into billions. I mean, Elon Musk selling $936 million worth of Bitcoin. I mean, this is incredible. And when
it's much more than an asset. It has utility. It's basically the next evolution of the internet, right? It's really going to turn industries around and it can revolutionize industries, right? The financial, but also more than that, because you can have you could replace big tech with these decentralized applications. So yeah, it's really gonna take 10, 20, 30 years to really mature, but it's very promising.
What is the last part about it here? This last question of follow-up was, is Bitcoin's carbon footprint not a concern to crypto investors?
It is. I mean, it is to some, like Elon Musk, and he has to keep pace with he has an image in terms of like being environmentally friendly. So I'm sure it's partly PR or why he dumped the Bitcoin. But yeah, Bitcoin does have a big carbon footprint. But again, I believe that's going to be solved over time, and you can use renewable energy, and it doesn't mean that we should stop, right? It's just like we can think long term, but just like with fossil fuels, right? I don't think we should just stop, using fossil fuels.
No,
right?
There's no way to just turn the spigot off. I mean, look.
Yeah, we don't like. From my opinion, is we don't want to stop the advancement of our financial system.
No.
Right. And just like we don't want to, we're not going to stop driving tomorrow. It's going to hurt us more than.
Right. Right.
So I think you need to transition smoothly over time.
Yep.
And so yeah, I don't see it. For me, it's not a concern, but it depends on who you are, right?
Right.
But I think if you just think long term, I don't think it's a concern, because there's ways to use crypto in an environmentally friendly way.
No, I think that the more important issue is, as you've been discussing all day, is how people can protect their money in a volatile environment where global currencies are volatile, where hyperinflation really eats away at people's value of their money and their buying power. One way to do it,
Because what I would say about that is, if you look at how Bitcoin performed over 5 years from 2016 to 2021, it went up 6,000%. And
wow.
Even now in months, right? It dropped 80%. That the gain would still be around 3,000%, right?
Yeah.
So imagine having that in your retirement, and because it's in a, like with us, it's in retirement. It's kept in cold storage, so it's not exposed to hackers, right? And you can sell that at any point in time, and then those gains can sit there in cash in a tax shelter, so you don't have to pay any taxes on the gains.
Right.
And then you can invest those gains back in when the market is back down.
So in other words, buy low, which would be a good time to buy probably even now, even though it's had a couple of good days. Yeah. Buy low and just let it sit in cold storage. It doesn't matter if it goes to $55,000 a coin. You don't pay any taxes on your profit on that until you withdraw it. That's just like an IRA.
Yeah. Or if it's a Roth, you never do. You pay taxes up front, right?
Yeah.
But you can do a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA.
Whichever one you want to do. Some people do the Roth because they want to pay the taxes up front when the tax is smaller, and then hope that they get a big return with tax-free on the end.
Right, especially if you think that you're investing in an asset that's really going to
Yeah.
get huge.
Yeah.
If you have like another 20, 30 years before you retire, you could have a huge amount sitting there that you don't have to pay taxes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy, I tell you what, this has been very educational. It's very important. And folks, I think you highly recommend people go into the website. There's the links right there. Go there, check it out, learn the information, and see if crypto is for them.
Yeah, and feel free to give us a call as well. We'll pick up your call.
Okay.
And I can give you the number. It's 833-636-2008. You can also find a number on the website.
Let's do that again. 833
636 636.
Yep.
2008.
Okay, 200. I'll put that up on the screen here for you
636
guys.
is MDM basically. It's so it's 833 MDM 2008.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll put it up there for everybody. There you hear it again. 833 guys, 636 and 2008.
Because we want to avoid another 2008.
Absolutely. I was going to say, let's not go there. Okay. Let's not go there. So call the number, guys, and learn more about it. My Digital Money. Guy, it was great having you on today. I really enjoyed it. Look forward to talking to you again.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Paul.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Amen. All right. So there you go, folks. That was Guy, and with My Digital Money. And of course, you can call that number on the screen, 833-636-2008. Or if you would click on the link that I put up there for you, that would let them know that you found out about this through Pastor Paul on this YouTube channel. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Now, you guys know I will be back tonight at 9 o'clock. I got to do a lot of research. I've already been doing it all day, preparing for Mike from Around the World, which is going to be an incredible program, no doubt about it. And so I want you to get ready for this. We're going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern. My guest will be Mike from Around the World, and it will be a powerful, powerful show. You don't want to miss it. So God bless all of you, and give your life to Jesus Christ. He is coming soon. I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Are you serious?